So welcome to practice. My name is Laura, and this is being filmed live during a storm. So we might have one of those days where service gets a little bit funny. Hopefully not. That has not been the case yet today. If you do happen to have any type of ball, preferably a little bit squishy at least, even a tennis ball is fine. Go ahead and have that nearby. If you have something super squishy ball, have that nearby too. The other props I have around are blocks, a strap, blanket, and a holster. And let's go ahead and start out in a seat. You could just put your ball, if you have one, off to the side if you tend to roll away. Just tuck it off to the side for now. And find a seat that feels comfortable for you. So we may be rocking, wobbling those sits bones back. And bringing our shoulders right up over the hips, over the sits bones. And perhaps finding, I'm talking with my hands here, a little wobble, a little shake side to side as long as your seat isn't too hard. And we may spin the palms to face up, let the eyes gently closed. Let the fingers softly, naturally curl upwards. Taking a deep inhale in through the nostrils and perhaps sighing it out, releasing through the mouth. And repeating that a time or several, sighing, arriving. And then let's bring movement into the fingers. Let those fingers mobilize. And then finding your left hand, I'm going to mirror direction. You spin that left palm face down on the lap. Bring bend into the right elbow, maybe a little movement into the wrist. So just kind of notice how you're feeling, the side body, the shoulder, the wrist. Maybe just kind of neutral, ready to go. And we may extend that arm out to the side and gather the arm back in, and perhaps we repeat. We may take the arm up and overhead and bring a little more movement into fingers. And then exhale, letting that hand come down. So palm is down, left hand rises. We're bending the elbow or just checking in. Maybe you've already been outside shoveling a lot. Extending. We might take the arm up and overhead, mobilizing through the fingers, perhaps a little nod. Checking in, side ribs, but also the neck, the shoulders. Let the hand release. And we may bring in some shoulder rolls, one shoulder and then the other. And let's pause and go the other way. Circling now in that second direction. So you're going to pick the side, right or left. We'll do both. And we'll bring one hand to the opposite side of the chest. Feeling breath and body. And sweep that arm out to the side, pressing out through the hand, sort of like you're pressing the hand into a wall. Curl the fingers in. We'll bring the hand back over to that opposite side of the chest. And let's again reach out. So maybe you have been typing a lot or gripping something, and the wrist, the forearm might be feeling sensitive. So pressing out, almost like you're overextending. You may even tip or lean the head back a little bit. Gather back in, let that hand come down, invite the eyes to rest. We may sigh. And notice how the body is feeling. Maybe we sort of have an internal humming or tingling sensation occurring. So let's bring that second hand up onto the opposite side of the chest. Check in with breath, little nod of the head. When you're ready, just slide that hand down. This won't be very long pull, just a little bit of a check-in. Gather back in and repeat, pressing out and gather back in. And we can keep it brief. We may just keep reaching out and gathering in. One side might be significantly tighter, more intense than the other. And we may reach out and maybe even tip away, lean away from it a little bit. And gather back in, letting that hand come down, letting the eyes rest. And we might get the whole body, just sort of a little sway, wobble, serpentine. The neck. Letting the body move. And let's spin both palms now to face forward movement through all the fingers. And if the toes would like to join along, let them. Cycling the arms up and overhead. And as we exhale, turn, twist over to one side. We may bring movement into the head, into the neck. We may tip, lean. And remember, you can explore your nods. We might draw a circle or a little smiley face with the tip of the nose. Let's move back through the middle. And as we exhale, turning, twisting over towards that second side, checking in with the long side of the neck there, finding breath and body. And let's again move back through the middle. Thumbs to forehead, thumbs to heart. Slide the elbows over to one side. So check with that elbow that's out to the side. If it's folding in, tucking in, try to open it out. We may turn the nose tip in the second direction. Move back to center. Let the fingers come a little higher. Fingertips forward, circling from the wrists. Circle, second direction. While we connect palms, glide the elbows over to that second side. We may turn the chin opposite. We may dip the fingertips backwards. Let's move it back to center. Find that serpentine motion. Include the hands. Let the arms travel up and overhead. Flip the palms to face out. Let your head turn to one side. We'll do both one at a time. Press out through the heels of the hands. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Heels of the hands come down. Nose tip, chin forward. We may find a little sway, nod, check in with the head, with the neck. Chin may dip down towards the chest. And think about the center back of the head ramping up and backwards. Crown of the head moves high. We may again connect the fingers and find that serpentine motion, bringing the arms up and overhead. Flip the palms to face out. Nose tip turns in the second direction. Slow motion. We're dragging the heels of the hands down towards the ground. As we find center, consider finding a prop or maybe a couple of props and beginning to tip forward, leaning forward. So we may be supporting the brow, breathing into side ribs. Remember, you can always do less. Very, very gently roll back up. And just acknowledge which shin you may have in front or possibly on top. Let's rock on back and extend both legs. Give a little bit of wiggle through the knees and then reverse the cross of the legs. And it might just feel a bit awkward, your second favorite side. Rocking, tipping side to side. And we'll make our way with shoulders back up and over hips. Spinning palms forward. Invite the arms overhead where we may weave the fingers together now and flip the palms to face up. We may reach up through the heels of the hands. Let the shoulders shrug up. Let the shoulders move towards the earlobes. Bend one elbow, pressing up through the heel of the opposite hand. And then bend the other elbow. And we might find that little wiggle getting taller, longer, and let the arms release down by side body. Hands, possibly walking backwards. If you're in a really tall prop, be careful with this. So the shoulders are moving back. The shoulder blades feel like they're moving closer together. I'm super exaggerating. You do not have to lift your hand completely off the ground, but we might be creating a little weight shift, side to side. Side to side. The fingers might be getting closer together. Left thumb closer to right thumb. And we'll slowly, slowly rise back up. As we find our way up, let's re-extend the left arm. Turn the chin to the right. Option to grab a prop, put it underneath the right hand. Side bending, tipping, leaning over to right side. Breathing into the whole side body. We might even take our knuckles and move up and down the ribs or maybe into the back a little bit. And let's sweep ourselves all the way up. Now, as we bring that left hand down, bend the elbow, Slide the arm forward, rebend, take the elbow wide and maybe a little high to the left, and reach the arm across to the right. So we can repeat that. We may hold the arm and draw the arm a lot closer to the body, twisting a little bit to the right, chin to the right. And we may then bend that left elbow, hold on to the left elbow, and this might just be a place where we stay and use the nice pointy part of the elbow as a massage tool in the palm of the hand. We may slide that left elbow up and overhead, tipping, leaning head back. We might even add back in a little bit of that tip to the right, side bending right. We'll make our way back up through the middle. Let the arms come down. Just take a few moments to rest. Let the eyes rest. Feeling the breath move the body. And if and when you feel ready, bending that right elbow, and we may reach that right arm back up in the air. Take it slowly. Maybe you hold your shovel, do your lifting more on one side. It might be more intense feeling on that side. We may want to prop that we're moving over to the left. So we may tip, lean, side bending. Take your time. Maybe we're bringing the knuckles down the ribs. We might find a spot, maybe moving the knuckles onto that side of the back. And we might just keep that arm extended, reaching out. There's no hurry. Take your time. We'll slowly, slowly rise back up, letting that arm release. And then bending the elbow, and we'll bring the elbow out to the side and maybe a little high. And extend the arm diagonally across the body, and we may repeat. And we may grab hold of the forearm, turning, rotating a little to the left. Maybe movement in fingers. We may be tipping or tilting the head. Where's the shoulder going? It might be up by the ear, and maybe it feels really good there. What if we drew it down? Rebending the elbow. And again, you could use the pointy part of the elbow to massage into the palm of the hand, but we might slide that elbow up and overhead. Take your time. Maybe you add in a little bit of side bend. And we'll move ourselves back to center. Invite the arms down, palms face up. Let the eyes rest. Let yourself sigh. And perhaps we're grabbing a prop or two and bringing them in front and beginning to support ourselves into a forward fold. Breathing into belly. Breathing into side ribs. We'll gradually start to rise up and again, extend the legs. Give a little wiggle through those knees. Flex, point the feet. So as we bend the knees, perhaps find your props, and we might press down into the props to assist ourselves coming to stand. So just give yourself a little shift, side to side. How are you feeling through the hips, the side ribs? You're welcome to use the blocks or maybe a chair seat or a wall. We're just going to say hello to a forward bend, a forward fold. Let's spin palms forward, circle the arms up and overhead, and then pouring yourself down into your version of the forward fold at this moment. Let the head be heavy. We may give a little nod, circle nod to the head. And we may sway the hips a little bit side to side. Finding center. Full breath in the back ribs. Noticing perhaps how you feel in that right back body, right back of the leg, right glute, right half of the back, left back of the leg, left glute, left half of the back. What about your neck, the muscles of your jaw? Just checking in. Put a little bend in the knees and let's rise halfway up. And as you feel ready, we might come all the way to stand, circling the arms up, thumbs to forehead, thumbs to heart. Go ahead and find that ball that you may have tucked nearby somewhere. So if you find that your ball's a little too hard, you're welcome to switch to something softer. You could do this up against a wall for added balance support if you like. So let's bring a ball down to the floor and you choose the foot. So whichever foot you're beginning with, just very lightly roll the ball up and down underneath the foot. Take it slow and then place the ball kind of in the middle center of the foot. Step ball free foot back a smidge and bend that front knee and shift your weight back. So we're shifting forward, we're shifting back. We're looking for a tolerable depth of pressure. So you might have to switch to a softer ball, balled up socks, ball of yarn. We might find a tolerable depth of pressure where we get a little bit of a bounce. We may even take the arms up, move the arms around. Just be careful you're not going to hit a wall or a doorknob or anyone. And then go for that full foot friction again. But now land the heel down and the ball under the ball mounds of the toes. Shift forward, shift back. Make sure you're breathing. What's a tolerable amount of pressure? Shift forward and tip the big toe side of the foot towards the floor and then the little toe side of the foot. So you're just rolling the foot over the ball. Little toe side down, big toe side down. And then go for that full foot friction again. So now let's land, same place. The ball is underneath the ball mounds of the toes. We're tipping in, but add in toe curl. Take your toes down the ball. Hold the pressure. Try lifting the toes up and fanning, opening them wide. Curl, lift, fan. Full foot friction. Let's head towards the heel. I'm going to turn sideways. You don't have to do this. You're bringing the ball to that lowest part of the arch. So the ball's kind of underneath your heel, but the ball mounds of the toes are on the floor. And we're just starting to glide the ball a little bit side to side. And it does tend to escape. So just replace it when it gets away. Try to travel all the way to the back of the heel. This is a big escape location. Wiggle it forward back to your heel cup. And then go for a looser, kind of wilder glide back and forth. You might feel your calf muscles kind of jiggling a little. And then exhale, compress. If your ball's very squishy, it might pancake a little bit. Go back, up and down, up and down. Be ginger in the arch of the foot. So we may have the heel down and tip big toe side of the foot down and little toe side of the foot down. We're going back and forth. Rolling up, down, up, down. Let's get into the toes now. So the big toe up the ball, like it's going up a hill. Maybe lift your heel and drop the heel. Move the ball underneath second toe. And yes, we are getting more than one toe at a time, typically, depending on the size of your ball. So we may lift and lower the heel. Third toe, lifting, lowering. Fourth and probably the fifth toe, but let's make sure the fifth toe gets its own turn as well. Lifting, lowering. Full foot friction. Try stretching the toes around the ball and pointing the foot. And then just release that. Step off, fan the toes. We may look down and see spacious toes, stand tall. We may close the eyes. We may spin palms to face forward, noticing that rolled half of the body compared to the unrolled half of the body. And then we'll move on to the second side. So find the ball under the second foot, full foot friction, very light, rolling up and down, trying to roll the entirety of the foot. Oops. And then let's land the ball in the middle of the foot. So ball free foot can be back a little bit. And we're trying that shift forward, shift back. We may find a spot where, okay, I'm good there. Doesn't hurt. A little interesting. Get a little shrug through the arms, through the shoulders. The arms may rise. The arms may release. And then we'll go back to full foot friction. Up, down, that depth of pressure. Maybe it's a little deeper. Let's find the toe ball mounds. And same thing, we're shifting the weight forward, back, forward, back. You're looking for that tolerable depth of pressure. And we're tipping Little toe side of the foot down, big toe side of the foot down. Side to side. Full foot friction. Rolling up and down, we'll head back to center of the ball mounds of the toes. Shift in. Curl the toes down, just the ball foot. Lift the toes, fan them. Curl down, lift, fan. Full foot friction. Let's head to the heel. So you're at the beginning of the heel, and we're trying to find that little bit of movement side to side. And once we've got the movement, let the ball move towards the very back of the heel. If it gets away, reposition it. And then we'll move the ball forward back to the beginning of the heel. And we'll let that lower leg jiggle happen, a little wiggle, jiggle. And then exhale, we may just stand our weight down, pancaking the ball a bit. Shift the weight off. Full foot friction. Again, being ginger with the arch, the middle of the foot, heel down, step back. We may just test the waters, tipping little toe side of the foot down, big toe side of the foot down. Full foot friction, up, down, up, down. Bring the ball under the big toe. So big toe stretching up the ball, and the heel may rise and release. We might repeat. Second toe. Heel may lift, lower, lift, lower, third toe. Breathing, fourth toe. Finally, that littlest toe. We'll go for a little full foot friction. We'll try to splay the toes around the ball and point the foot. So the foot is in that plantar flexed position. And then we'll release. Feel free to roll it out again. Bend all the toes, standing tall. Close the eyes. What's happening with the balance? Crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Palms may spin to face forward. We may open the eyes, cycle the arms up and overhead. Gradually tipping forward, moving back down into our forward fold. And perhaps we are nodding, circle, nodding the head. How is the back body feeling? Is there a difference between this forward bend and that first forward bend? Maybe we're coming down a little lower. Maybe it feels a little freer. We may sway the hips a little side to side. Put bend in the knees, take your time. Maybe forearms to thighs. If you're feeling lightheaded, just slow it down. Maybe don't lift the arms overhead. We'll eventually come all the way back to stand. So you may want to find some knee cushion and have it at the long left edge of the mat. And let's come to a short edge of the mat. Watch out for your ball. So we're no longer using it if you want to roll it out of the way. So we'll spin palms forward, circle the arms up and overhead, and exhale, tipping into your forward fold. We might hold on to the long edges of the mat and walk the feet back. Perhaps pedaling through those heels. The lower legs, maybe they're feeling pretty tight. Shifting side to side, right to left. Rocking forward, moving into those toes. We may hold our high plank. We may be pressing the palms down into the ground. Please feel free to release the knees to the floor at any point. And slowly, slowly come all the way to the ground, perhaps pointing the toes, releasing the elbows to the ground under the shoulders. We might be finding those little lean side to side, lengthening your sphinx, getting into front body. We may walk the elbows and turn the chin a little bit more to the right. We may bend that left knee. Maybe there's a little sway of the left leg. Let the left foot come down, find the middle. The chest may rise, and we might just have those more micro, moderate tip leans, little sways, side to side. And we may walk the elbows just a little bit more to the left, chin to the left, maybe bending right knee. We might find a little movement of that lower right leg, perhaps circling. Breathe into belly. releasing down. So we'll make our way back to the middle. And as we come down, the brow may touch down. We may plant the hands, lift the chest, rolling up, pressing hips back towards heels, child's pose. Feel free to grab a prop for the forehead. So the brow may be supported on the ground or block. We may rock the hips a little side to side. And we'll slide the hands in, take a few moments to rise up. And if you have that knee padding, go ahead and grab it. And we might actually want to bring it under both knees for now. And we can always adjust it more left later. Perhaps a couple of blocks under the hands for long arms. And let's extend that right leg back. So mindful about what you might have behind you. Let's raise the right leg. Draw the knee to the nose, back is rounding. Inhale, extend. Exhale to round. Inhale to extend. So we may bring the knee back into the nose and circle from the hip. And then we may reverse direction, circle second direction. And we may land that right knee out to the side, perhaps extend the leg. Draw that right knee forward, stepping right foot forward between the hands. And we may find a little rock, a little shift sinking down into our lunge. And perhaps pressing the hips back, roll the blocks up, slide that right foot in. Climbing the hands up the front thigh, tipping back, leaning back with the chest a bit. Left arm may rise. Find breath, maybe a little movement through the left fingers. We may grab hold of the left wrist, get a bit more length, and rotate a smidge right. We might find a little bit of lean over to the right. Slowly rising back up. Let the hands come down, finding the blocks. Plant the hands, tuck the back toes, so the left knee may rise. We may reach the hips high, and it might be helpful to slide the right foot further back, lunging into that right knee, stepping left foot forward, looking out, and exhale, chest to thighs. Let's rise halfway up and walk both hands over to the right. Put as much bend in the knees as you like. We may roll the left hip back. We may extend that left leg more. Perhaps tipping, leaning just a little more to the left, and then make your way back to the middle. Coming part way up, hands maybe drop back down to the ground. Walking the feet back into dog. Perhaps a little nod or circle of the head. We may wiggle the feet further back, rocking forward into plank. The knees may land, slide down to the belly. Bring the elbows under the shoulders, rising up into Sphinx. Let's slide the elbows back a little bit. Let the pelvis and the ribs start to rise up. So we can absolutely stay down on the knees with pointed toes. If you would like, you might tuck the toes and lift the knees. So we're hovering, releasing back down, knees, pelvis, chest rising. We're out of the ground. We'll plant the hands, moving hips back towards heels, child's pose. Sliding the hands back, we'll begin to roll up, find your blocks you might be using underneath your hands, reaching left leg back. So let the left leg rise, draw the knee to the nose, back is rounding. Inhaling, extending. Exhale to round. Inhale to extend. Now we may repeat that and then take the leg, draw it in, and start to circle from the hip. So maybe we're circling 3 times in one direction and then reversing. Maybe you're just circling 1 time in each direction. So we may re-extend the leg, draw that knee towards the shoulder, step the foot between the hands, shifting in. So the hips may glide back, navigating left foot back, stacking shoulders over hips. We may take right arm up in the air, bring movement into fingers. We may reach up, grab the wrist, starting to find a little bit of rotation, hugging in like a kitten pose, a side bending cat pose, just tipping down, moving in, just to the place that feels good to you. We'll eventually make our way back up, letting the hands come down, lock hands forward, perhaps sliding front foot forward, tuck the back toes, back knee may rise. We're going to slide that left foot back, lunging into the knee, stepping right foot forward, looking out, and exhale, tipping. Let's rise halfway up. Walking the hands to the left, again, bending both knees as much as you would like. And perhaps you start to extend right leg closer to straight, rolling that right hip back. We'll bring the hands back to the middle, putting them back into the knees, let the hips sink, root to rise, thumbs to brow, thumbs to heart. Let's step out so that we're facing the long edge of the mat, maybe clear your mat of blankets and balls. So we'll heel toe, legs wide, and play with a little rock, forward, back, getting into those toes. Find your right leg, pivot right toes towards the short edge of the mat, and we're lunge bending into the knee and extending, bending toes. Lunge, bend, and extend. So as we bend the knee, we'll bring forearm down onto the thigh, maybe onto a chair seat. We may bring the hand to a block and start to work right leg closer to straight. That top arm may rise, reaching up in the air. Bending into front knee, consider taking the prop with you. We'll rise back up, pivot, right toes in, left toes out. So lunge bending into front knee, re-extend, bend toes. We may bring the forearm down and stay there. We may drop prop and extend the leg and reach that top arm up in the air. Bending into that front knee. You may take the prop with you. We'll rise back up, pivot the toes in, heel, toe the feet in a smidge. Bend the knees as needed, tip the hips back, finding our way into a wide-legged forward fold. Perhaps peeling the heels of the hands away from the ground. We may shift the hips a little bit side to side. Perhaps walking the hands a little further forward, rising part way up. We might heel toe feet wider or more narrow. We might put a little bit of bend in the right knee and go right toes to the right. Right hand may find the thigh, the hip. We may re-extend the right leg, pivot the right toes in, and unfurl right fingers towards the ceiling. Returning right hand to the prop or the ground. Finding a symmetrical position. We may turn the chin left, angle left toes out, a little bit of bend in that left knee. Take your time. Find your balance. We may shift more weight into the right hand, left thigh, hip, or reaching the arm overhead. We may extend left leg and angle left toes back in. Letting that top arm come down, we'll find our way back to the middle, back to center. Perhaps heel toe, feet in a smidge, and we'll rise part way up. Foot bend in the knees, rooting to rise. Take as much time as you need so you're not feeling dizzy or lightheaded. Heel, toe. Bring the feet back towards one another. Toes are fanning wide, and use a wall if you would like for support. We'll bring one hand onto the wall and take the opposite foot backwards, so chest is rising. We may bend the knee, and we may hold the top of the foot, pointing the knee down towards the ground. Shoulders back, wall hand might reach for the sky. Wall hand may come to the hip. We might put a little bit of bend in that standing knee. We may reach wall fingers forward and floating foot back. Carefully come back up, release the foot, shift it out. Pivot around if you like so that the second hand can become wall hand. Take the toes back, chest rising. We can stick with this variation, stretching into the toes, the sole of the foot. We may bend the knee and hold the foot, pointing that knee down, just appreciating the stretch in the front of the hip, the front of the thigh. Maybe wall hand becomes sky hand or hip hand. We may start to press that floating foot into the hand, bend your standing knee a little bit. And perhaps we're reaching forward with sky hand. And just take your time, slowly we'll rise back up, releasing, let that foot come down, shift it out. So we'll come back to the top short edge of the mat, and we may sink hips, bend knees, circling the arms up and overhead, tuck the ribs back. Let yourself pour down back into a standing forward fold. We may find a couple of blocks. Let the chest rise and that left leg may reach back, finding your lunge position. You might want cushion underneath left knee. So left knee may drop down, checking in, settling into that lunge. We may point the back foot. Your knee probably has a preference. Let the hips slide backwards. Possibly we're spinning our blocks up. So that front leg might slide a little forward, toes high, rolling that right hip back. Now, what if we were to keep going? You don't have to. You can absolutely stay up. The left foot may need to angle a little to the right. We may keep going, sliding that left heel back. Now, some of us might wind up sitting on the heel, the inner ankle, and pointing right toes up to the ceiling. Now, maybe the sitting is not going to happen, and we kind of wiggle that foot forward so that we're not sitting on it, toe tips pointing up, shoulders over hips. Option to take it further forward. So we may be tipping forward. The hands could come around the foot, but it might feel nicer to reach the arms long. If we took it forward, let's start to rise back up. So there's more than one way to get out of this. We could reverse what we did. Maybe we're just going to unwind the leg stuff. But perhaps we are bending into that front knee, starting to shift forward, swinging that left foot back out. So we may find our way back into the lunge position. So staying very mindful of that back knee. We might have left hand on the ground, right hand on right knee as we twist. We may reach that right arm up in the air, and maybe the knee just says, no way, I don't want to be on the ground, and you decide to lift the leg up. But if we are keeping that knee down, what if we were to bend the knee and point the toes up? We might even reach back and grab the foot. Maybe, maybe not. And then very, very carefully unwind whichever pretzel you found yourself in. So what is going to work best for you to come out of it? Now, maybe we're just sliding that right foot forward, give a little tap, reach the hands forward, tuck the back toes, stepping, left foot forward, looking out, and tipping back into our forward fold. So we're going to set up for that on the second side. So maybe that's moving knee padding to the right. We'll rise part way up, left foot staying forward, right leg reaching back leg, and maybe we know we're not putting that knee down on the ground. Take your time, revisiting, hello. And remember, you can always do less. You might land somewhere and be like, this is it. This is what I have been waiting for. Make a meal out of it. So perhaps we are beginning to slide the hips back, and maybe we're pointing the foot because that feels better for the knee. We may slide or scooch toes forward and rock back on the heel. And you can stay here. We might be angling those right toes a little more to the left as we slide the long leg, the left heel backwards. Coming back towards that seat, make any little adjustments needed. Is the forward bend going to happen here? Maybe. So we might be sliding arms forward. Take the time to slide back up. Now, maybe we haven't had that knee padding there, but we're going to plug it in now. And we might be shifting forward, just reversing that lunge we came from. We may need to navigate left foot further forward. We can keep right knee down, take right hand wider to the right, left hand, left knee as we twist. We may decide to tuck the toes and lift the knee if we're keeping the knee off the floor. And we can just stay with whichever version of the twist feels the best. You might be reaching your arm up to the ceiling. Maybe it's that shoulder stretch, that upper arm stretch with that hand planted on the knee that feels just right. We may ratchet that right knee back and bend the knee. We don't have to grab for the foot, but maybe we do. We might reach back and grab the toes, and we might immediately say, nope, not on this side. So whichever pretzel you found yourself in, start to unwind it. We'll slide left foot forward so that perhaps we can lift the leg, stepping, navigating. Right foot forward and tipping, pouring back in. And we may find those little gentle nods of the head. And let's rise part way up. Put bend back in the knees. Maybe hands on the knees, slowly, slowly rise up to stand. So we might keep our folded blanket as it is. We could roll it up higher to go underneath the heels. So if you know in a squat you like a lot of support, maybe roll up your prop. So we'll take our feet towards a wide V. The heels may lift as we start to squat down, and you can have a block and slide it underneath your seat if you like. So just tuck it back behind you or wedge, put some wedges under the heels. Some of us might be dropping right down. We may be bringing palms together in front of the heart. And perhaps we take a prop underneath that left hand. Left arm is to the inside of that left knee, and we may slide the arm out and intend that right knee a little wider. We may find a little rock motion. We might just hold that. Perhaps we reach right arm back up in the air. We may wrap the right arm behind the back. We might come up and bring the fingers around left side body or even binding left thigh. And we'll make our way back up, finding center. Letting second hand come down to the ground or onto a prop, and we're sliding that arm out to the right on the diagonal. And maybe it's just the right thing to keep that left hand low, working more into that side hip. We may prefer to reach the arm up. Maybe we're going for the wrap, tipping back in. What feels the best on this side? We'll make our way back to the middle, back to center, rocking forward. So the hands may come down to the ground and the hips may rise, reaching the hips up in the air. We may sway, rock the hips a little bit side to side. Heel toe feet back towards one another. Bend in the knees, forearms to thighs, and we'll slowly make our way back up to standing. So you know your hips and knees best. We might try out coming down onto back body first. Just be very respectful of the knees. So we may come down, tip onto back body, rock the knees in, give a little rock on the low back, dust off feet, just so there's no floor debris. Right foot down, left leg reaching up leg. Flex, point, flex, point, flex, hold. Bring that leg towards a figure four position. And we may rock or sway the sole of the foot towards the right. And you can go back and forth. You don't have to hold. You don't have to dip super far to the right, but you might. You might be bringing that right foot all the way down to the ground, perhaps holding on to the ankle. You might even be sliding that left heel closer to the thigh, closer to the right hip. Let's make our way back towards center. If we went towards that twist over to the right, we'll rock back through the middle and consider nestling the left thigh more snugly on top of the right. Now, perhaps we're going to grab our pants or our lower legs, pull the toes back. So we're thigh to thigh, knee to knee. Breathing into that outer left glute, left thigh, wherever it is you're happening to feel this. Slowly unwind. Take the feet wide, let the knees tip in. Heel, toe, feet in, right leg rising, flex, point, land in the flex, crossing towards figure four, and maybe just finding some very gentle sways, some very gentle rocks. Maybe we're working towards tipping more to the left. The right sole of the foot might come all the way down. We may grab the ankle with the left hand. What are we doing with the right arm? Maybe it's just resting. We may reach it out to the side or overhead or bend the elbow. Breathing around the hip, the glute. And of course, you are welcome to stay longer. So we may be rocking back to center and crossing that right thigh more snugly on the left. And we may hug the knees into the chest, grabbing your pants, maybe grabbing your lower legs or your ankles. Try to have your head supported. Perhaps rolling the tailbone back down towards the floor a little bit more. Then gradually unwinding, feet wide, knees tipping in. We may step right foot closer to the left, sway the hips more left, roll to rest on right side body. We'll press into that top hand, returning ourselves to a seat. Give yourself a moment. You can always come back onto back body if coming into pigeon upright isn't the best option for knees. So we may be bringing left knee to face forward. I'm not mirroring. And we may point the right knee, right toes out to the right. So we're kind of shaped like a pinwheel. We may grab some props and lean to the left, tuck the right toes, extend the right leg back, and then navigate that right leg a lot closer to straight, rolling right hip down towards that inner left ankle. You could keep the toes tucked. You're welcome to point the foot. Perhaps you're coming a little lower and supporting the brow on the block or your hands. Letting the muscles of the jaw find more ease. And remembering that you can stay longer. We may lean to the left and bend that right knee, coming back into that pinwheel position, shoulders over hips. We may lean to the left and lift that right leg and step the right foot in front of that left ankle. Rotating, twisting towards the right knee pointing up towards the ceiling. And perhaps we bring both arms over to the left and just tip, lean to the left. We'll rock it back to center. So right knee becomes the front knee. Left knee points out to the side. And we could fold forward and keep both knees bent. Maybe we're leaning more to the right so that we extend the left leg, tuck the toes, kind of ratchet the front of the thigh, the front of the knee down towards the floor. And again, you could always point the foot if that is your preference. We might find support for the brow, the forehead. Please stay longer if you like. We may be leaning, tipping back towards the right, just enough to bend back into left knee, and we may stack shoulders over hips. We may lean a little to the right to lift that left knee and bring left foot in front of the right, twisting now in that second direction. Unwinding the twist, we may take both arms over to the right, tipping, leaning towards the right. We'll make our way back to center. Have your balls, well, your blocks nearby. And you might want to grab some socks. So if your feet are chilly, go ahead and put some socks on. And we'll bring ourselves down onto back body. Just give yourself a little rock, a little wiggle. We may press into the elbows and lift the hips. And if the hips are feeling pretty good, you might want to bring them down first and just check in again. If they're feeling pretty good, we might slide a block underneath the hips on that lowest setting. And then bring the knees into the chest. And perhaps just find a little rock side to side. So you're using your block potentially as a massage tool. Now you could use balls in this area too, if you do happen to have a couple nearby, but the block works wonderfully as a massage tool in the low back. Knees moving in, little wiggles against the edge of the block. Drawing little figure eights with your sacrum on the flat of the block. And then dusting your feet. Make sure that you're not going to get any floor debris in your eyes. Let the legs reach up towards the ceiling. Invite the eyes to rest. Let the hips settle. Coming back to the breath. Taking perhaps 8 or even 10 full breath cycles. 1 inhale, 1 exhale. Comprising a breath cycle. After that last exhalation, letting the knees slowly bend. Let the feet continue to hover as you feel the circulation in the feet and lower legs. Letting each foot touch down. Lift, fan, spread the toes, release them. Hips settling onto the block. Hips heavy, bending elbows, gathering hands back in onto the body, palms face down. Letting the belly unwind. We may step the feet in just a little closer to the block, press into the feet to hover the hips, slide the block out. Glide the hips side to side to side, land the hips to the left, rock the knees into the chest, tip the knees over to the right, option to put props underneath the knees if you like. We may unfurl that left arm if that's feeling a little too intense, perhaps just keeping the hand on the body or overhead. Breathing into those left side ribs. Rebending, rocking the knees back to center, rocking on the sacrum, the low back. Land the feet. Let the hips sway over to the right. We'll rock the knees back into the chest. Knees very gently traveling over to the left. Maybe there's props, a wedge underneath or between them. Perhaps holding onto or weighting the top thigh with the left hand. How does that right shoulder feel? Breathing into right ribs. Breathing around the hips and low back. Taking your time as you feel ready to navigate the feet back to the floor. Sway the hips to the middle. We might again rock. We may land the feet and tip the knees in towards one another. We may hook the thumbs, reach the arms long overhead. Release that carefully. Reach each leg long across the ground. Give a rock on the heels. Rocking the legs. The hands may rest palms down on the belly. The arms may open out with palms face up. Let yourself sigh, fully supported. Front body light and rising. The breath may be deepening. Perhaps bringing small movements back to the toes. Movement to fingers. Bending elbows to circle the wrists. Reaching up long through the arms, down through the heels, perhaps hiking, gliding each hip, and then exhale, releasing. Bending one knee, place the foot, bend the other knee, place the foot. Press into the feet, sway the hips over to the left. Put them down, carefully rolling to rest on right side body. There is no hurry. Placing the top hand into the ground, slowly pressing up. Take all the time you need. Finding the seat that works for you. Connecting palms. Feeling breath within. Rubbing the hands together. Bringing the hands to the belly, the hands to the heart as we breathe. Sealing our practice with vibrational sound. Deep inhale through the nose. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this practice. Please let me know if anyone has questions.